following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we go on a hump day. It is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter, joined by former Dallas Cowboys safeties, Danny McCray and Barry Church. And apparently McCray Church is frustrated because he's not going to be the next Tiger Woods. Golf game right here. So, I'm sorry you got off the golf course and you come to the show frustrated here, but man, I mean, look. It's golf, man. It's a humbling game. It's a humbling sport, man. It's a humbling sport, baby.
Man, you're right about that, man. It's extremely humbling. I went out there with, the thought process. I was focused. On shooting well today. There was nobody on the course. I was by myself, and I went in there and registered a good old 97. And for those who golf, that is one of the worst things you can do is golf in the high 90s. So. A little bit frustrated, but look, it's a beautiful Wednesday. I'm optimistic. We got the dumpster fire, which is the New York Giants coming to town. So hopefully we can get some momentum going. So, I'm optimistic about today, man. It's going to be a beautiful day.
I was about to say, man, you sound kind of like the Cowboys. You thought you was focused. You went out there, you was ready. And when you got out there, it didn't really pan out for you, man. I thought you was kind of segue into that.
I'm telling you, the slugs y'all are playing out here today, man. Danny done got the 12-gauge shotgun out. He done got the shotgun out on us today.
So Church, is it correctable, or are these just mistakes you're making? Is it the scheme? I mean, what's going on?
These are all correctable mistakes. I think it just comes down to discipline. I was lifting my head up a little soon when contact with the ball was coming in, so I was spraying, all over the place. But they're all correctable mistakes. It's not the talent, it's not the effort. It's just the discipline that we got to do. That's it. We got to get a little bit more discipline. That's it.
I think you need a clear-eyed view. You need a clear-eyed view when you're out there.
Man, you know what? That's how we gonna do the show today, huh?
Hey, Newy, listen. He sounded like McCarthy at the press conference when he said that. That's how he sound. Him and Jerry. That's how Jerry and McCarthy sound. Yeah, it's good. It's correctable. We'll be all right.
Get your Hot Boys polo on next time you go out there, man. Get some
that's all I needed.
Going. So that's all your golf game needs, man. That's all your golf game needs. All right. Before the season, I predicted the Cowboys would go 11-5. And Danny brought up a good point today. Here we are at the quarter mark of the season. The Cowboys are 1-3. Might we need to adjust these preseason picks for the record?
You're damn right.
Cowboys?
Absolutely.
We have the right to amend those picks. In golf you get mulligans. Today I'm just going to use another mulligan. I mean, I used about 6 of them on the course. I'm going to use another one today at the show, man. We got to have a mulligan on this one.
Right. It don't count. Listen, it don't count as a mulligan because there was no preseason, no off season. So we got those first 4 weeks, to kind of gauge and see how our picks were. So I think we get a chance to just switch it one more time after a quarter way through the season. I think we should be able to put our final picks in and see how they play out through the end of the season.
All right. I mean, because right now, in order for me to be right, the Cowboys would have to go 10-2. I'm not ready to go that route to say this team is about to roll off 10-2 the rest of the way here. So I got to make that. I got to lower it down here a little bit because the defense apparently is not going to get Snacks Harrison because Snacks Harrison has signed a contract with Seattle to be on their practice squad.
Wait a second. Hold on, man. Hold on, dude. You telling me Snacks Harrison, a former All-Pro, Pro Bowl guy like that, I'm sure he has suitors to join the 53, but he wants to join the Seattle's practice squad. Is that what we're saying?
That's what he's doing. That's what he is doing. So he's going there. And meanwhile, Don Terry Poe is going to continue to be the guy. hoping to one day stop the run, plug up a hole for the Cowboys. It's frustrating for Cowboys.
Is McCoy healthy yet? Is McCoy injury healthy? I mean,
nah, he out for the year. Snacks looked at that film and was like, "I'm not going down there. Y'all crazy." I'm trying to rejuvenate my career, not have it go in the gutter, so they can start talking about me how they talking about them guys that they're playing right now.
Ooh, that's a good point.
So I can't go 10-2 the rest of the way. So what's your prediction now for the Cowboys record there, McCray?
Listen, if I'm being straight honest with you and honest with myself, because that's what I said I was going to do after I picked us to beat the Browns, just based solely off emotion. I'm looking at us going 7-9. We got the Giants coming up. I got us a W against the Giants. I got us losing to the Cardinals. I got us beating the Washington football team. And then I got us losing to the Eagles. So we're going 2-2 in the second quarter of the season. Then we got an L to the Steelers, L to the Vikings, L to the Ravens, L to the 49ers, and we win the rest. So I think that's pretty legit based on what those other teams are doing to say that those would be very tough games based on how we're playing. So, we feast in our division. We lose to the Eagles once, but just about everybody else we lose to besides the Bengals.
Okay.
7-9. I think 7-9 for D-Mac over there, huh? All right. For me, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had us going, 10-6 before the season started? If I'm not mistaken, I think I had us going 10-6. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my mulligan, man, and I'm gonna go ahead and say we finish. You know what? I'm gonna say we finish 8-8, man. I would say 7-9. I would go with McCray, but he took that one, so I gotta switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and say 8-8. And to be honest with you, the way this division is going, that might make it to the playoffs, man. I mean, 7-9 might make it to the playoffs, to be honest with you. It kind of reminds me of that year, a couple years back when Seattle, they were like 7-9 and the NFC West was just downright disgusting, and they ended up going to the playoffs. So, I wouldn't be surprised if a 7-9 or an 8-8 team got out of the NFC East. And let's just hope it's the Cowboys, man.
I can see it already. They're already talking about how the Cowboys would be the most dangerous 7-9 team ever to get into the playoffs. I can see this. I can see the storyline right now. I see it.
Man, I love how they like to spin these things. I mean, going into the season, man, we got, MVP Dak. We got, top 5, top 3 offensive unit. Man, we're going to be explosive. Super Bowl, here we come. After these first 4 games, just wait till the playoffs. This division's terrible. Wait till we get to these playoffs. We're going to be unbelievable, unstoppable. So, I mean, they love to spin it for the Cowboys, but I don't see it happening.
Newy, before you go, listen to this, because Church brought up a good point for me. Look, so Dak, right, who is leading the league in pretty much every stat for quarterbacks, if you want to go on like yards and all this stuff, and it's not in the MVP race. They'll let you know how our season is going. You got all these guys that's out here. Dak is putting up all these numbers and not in the MVP race. His teams are 1-3.
And you can't argue. I mean, you can't say that he's, what he's doing right now is up there with Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson. You can't. You simply can't. So that's not a surprise. They have to go on some type of run here. And so when, Church, you say 8-8, that means they're going to go 7-5 the rest of the way. That's how they get to 8-8. So they got to go 7-5, and to go 9-7, they've got to go 8-4 the rest of the way. And you're trying to dig out and find where are these 7 or 8 wins going to come from. So I'm with you right now. I got to say that they can go 7-5 the rest of the way, and figure out if 8-8 is good enough to win this division. I think if they go this route, they're going to have to beat Philly twice. They can't split. They're going to have to sweep Philadelphia in order to try and make the playoffs and win this division this year. I don't think there's any way around that. And somehow, some way, the defensive additions have to come back and help this football team. Brandon Carr cut yesterday. They're expecting Anthony Brown to be ready to go. And I heard them talking about it on the break where they're saying, hey, look, who thought that you would be excited that, hey, Anthony Brown's coming back, that you think Anthony Brown's an average corner. But then they made up the point, well, is this an average defense? No, it's a below average defense. So to get a corner who you think is average back is going to be an upgrade here. So Yeah, Anthony Brown, come on down. Despite what McCray said about his contract, be the play.
Oh, he did shoot those slugs.
You just called them average. You just called them average. You just called them average.
No. I didn't call him average. I said they on the break. Okay, the other Cowboys podcast, the break.
Oh, okay.
They called him
Okay.
average.
Okay, well, how about this? Is he average?
Those headphones, the break called him average, not me.
Is he average? So what would you consider Anthony Brown as?
An average corner.
I'm just asking. I want to hear what you say.
What do I say? I think he is the second best corner on this football team.
That ain't answering the question. Don't be using that media slide on us, man.
And on this football team, that makes him an above average corner on this football team.
Man, I tell you what.
So check this out. So the only listen. So
gentlemen, I have these Emmy awards for a reason, gentlemen. You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. You gotta get a kid like that. Okay, Danny, you the one that set up here and said Anthony Brown had an average contract, so you got to live with that, man. I wasn't besmirching this man's name.
Hold on. He didn't say average. He didn't say average. The man said he ain't have a real contract. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's right. It wasn't real. That is correct,
I
Church.
misspoke.
It wasn't real.
I misspoke. They did pay him like an average corner. I misspoke. It is a real contract. But listen, hold on, wait. So Newy and Church, the only thing y'all have different for me, it looks like, is y'all have us sweeping the Eagles, and I have us splitting with the Eagles, because I think that's the only game that's switched. Other than that, we're pretty much on the same page.
And just think about the headlines, man. If we go 8-8. I mean, just how many people the past years just killed the Cowboys for mediocrity and 8-8 this, 8-8 that. Man, if we go 8-8 and don't make the playoffs for some crazy reason, I mean, oof, the headlines are gonna go crazy.
If we go 8-8, we making the playoffs. That's almost.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're right about that.
You're right. I mean, right now the Cowboys are sitting in the situation they were last year. To me, you're going to have to win the division to get in, even though there's an extra playoff, team that's going to be out there this year. They've added one more. They're going to have to win the division. And look, if they can, and if I'm just trying to say be in the hopeful side, your hopeful side says, okay, Brown comes back. He's a help. A couple more weeks down the road, that Leighton Vander Esch is back. The other hope is that these guys start to figure out this Mike Nolan defense, and that it's good enough to get you to 8-8. And as I said, in order for them to get to 8-8, they're going to have to go 7-5 the rest of the way. That's basically, how do you get 2 games over 500? And you darn sure going to have to probably sweep the NFC East. Probably going to have to sweep those games.
But my whole thing is that it doesn't even make sense, because we talking about Anthony Brown coming back, and we've already said that it's not necessarily the talent that's on the defense. It's lack of discipline and lack of effort could win you some of those plays. So he can still come back and be whatever player he want to be, but if we don't fix those 2 things, we don't have a shot. It don't matter who's playing on the defense. LVE can come back, Sean Lee can come back, DeMarcus Ware could come back. It doesn't matter. If these guys play the way that they've been playing, as far as effort and lack of discipline, not having your eyes in the right place on simple man-to-man coverage and not backing into the end zone, these are like elementary things that should be fixed, for the rest of the season. If these things aren't fixed, it does not matter who comes to play on this defense. We will not get anything changed.
Well, you'd like to think that it can't get any worse, because right now the Cowboys' opponents have scored points on 25 of 50 possessions, 17 touchdowns, and 8 field goals. So along the way, you'd like to think they'll fix some of this, that maybe some of these numbers, that maybe some regression to the mean a little bit, because this is folks running up in you. I mean, this is just not good. So, 25 of 50 possessions, dudes have scored.
We just need, I'm praying right now that we just get one timely stop. Man, just a 3rd and 5, and we just bat the ball down. Just one time in the first half, one time in the second half. Just
a batted ball. That's all you want is a batted ball.
Look, we've seen what happens when the ball hits these defensive backs in the hands. It's like they got rocks. They just batting them things down. So Look, hopefully we just get one timely stop, just something to help this offense out. Because right now, we ain't doing jack nothing.
I'm looking at a couple of very embarrassing games coming up for us when we play the Cardinals, when we play the Steelers, when we play the Vikings because they got Dalvin Cook in the running game, and you saw what they did to us last year. When the Ravens come to town, when they can run the ball, the 49ers do nothing but run the ball. I'm looking at some stuff right now on this sheet that's like, oh my goodness, we have some real trouble just based on us and how we play the run. It can get really, really ugly.
And don't let Philly, catch momentum. I mean, they went up there and they, San Fran, they on a backup quarterback. Well, they were on their third backup quarterback. But don't let them catch momentum because, as bad as we looked, if Philly catches momentum and they start getting their stride, I don't even know if we can catch them if if we keep playing the way we're playing right now. So, I don't know. It's ugly right now. But like I said, I'm optimistic. It's a beautiful Wednesday, and we got New York coming to town. So, let's go. Let's go, boys.
Okay, I'm good. New York, let's get on it.
Let's go.
This is a perfect segue to take a break. That's a perfect time. And when we come back, we can dive more into the New York Football Giants, led by a rookie head coach and a former coordinator, their coordinator, former Dallas Cowboys head coach, Jason Garrett. Let's get into that on the Players Lounge, other side right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Hey there, Cowboys fans. With Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery, cleaning your clothes has never been more convenient. Simply sign up at your local store, set out your dirty clothes, and one of our Tide Cleaners professionals will come directly to your home for a totally contactless experience. Your clean garments will be returned promptly the next scheduled delivery day, so skip the errand and enjoy life, not laundry. Visit TideCleaners.com or your local store to sign up for Tide Cleaners at-home pickup and delivery today.
I'm Jay Novacek, former tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Back in the day, I was the guy who always got the tough yards, and that's why I run with John Deere today. In fact, I have a John Deere 3025E tractor that can handle any yard work I need to do, even the tough yards way out back. So if you have 1 acre or 1,000, John Deere has the equipment that's just right for you. Visit a John Deere dealer today and run with us. We are the official tractor provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
We're back with a tasty treat that's sweeping airwaves and taste buds. It's new Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda. Let's take a listen.
Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda's here. A new combo that's music to my ears, okay. Let's play. Cream Soda and Dr. Pepper time. Pour it in a glass of ice.
Music to my ears and mouth. New Dr. Pepper and Cream Soda.
A delicious duet.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter, joined by Danny McCray and Barry Church, 2 former Dallas Cowboys safeties. The Cowboys are back at AT&T Stadium this Sunday to take on their rivals, the New York Football Giants. A limited number of tickets are available. Get yours now at DallasCowboys.com/tickets. Now, Church, you asked a really interesting question during the break because we've done this show. We do it every day, 2:30 p.m., and there's always a Dr. Pepper commercial that plays here. Dr. Pepper and the Cowboys have a sponsorship. And you asked about, do people make money doing jingles? Barry Manilow made his start doing jingles. Now, you guys were babies. You guys may not even been born when McDonald's used to have this jingle called "You Deserve a Break Today." Yeah, you deserve a break today.
Okay, I hear you.
Okay. He wrote that. And then the Dr. Pepper one is like, be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper. Barry Manilow did that too. So his whole career, he said he was making these jingles as he was trying to figure out, how to become this rock star. But that's what he did to pay the bills on the side. And so, yeah, there's money there because if you can make something that's catchy, people want that. But that was how he cut his teeth. But yeah, man. So if you're thinking about a little side hustle now that you're done playing, you want to write some jingles, You
know what they say, man. It's all about multiple sources of income, man. So I'm never, I'm always looking for different things to get into, man. Always.
So we got the golf.
So you go ahead and get something, man.
We got the golfer, the commentator, the jingle writer, Nostradamus. All right, I got you, bro. I'm
telling you. A man of many talents. A man of many talents, man.
Yes. You guys love you some Jason Garrett. So your boy's coming back to town this week as the offensive coordinator of the New York Giants. By the way, the head coach is Joe Judge, but you wouldn't know it, especially if you watched the season opener on Monday Night Football because they kept talking about Jason Garrett. But Jason Garrett's coming back to town. His offensive line coach up there in New York is Mark Colombo. Derek Dooley is with the New York Giants. Former Cowboys assistant coach Freddie Kitchens is with the Giants. Former Cowboys DB coach Jerome Henderson's with the Giants. So they're all coming to AT&T Stadium. And by all accounts, if you read social media, Giants fans hate the offense. They say it's predictable. They don't think it's any good. And, there you go. So, all right, I'll let you guys take it from there as you all sing the praises of your man, JG. I'm going to lay out while y'all go ahead and love us on JG.
Here we go.
This ain't even that, all right? This is what it is about JG. He was my coach. He was Church's coach as well. And, some of the stuff that was blamed on him, we didn't think it was right. The same way that some of this stuff is going on now. And, so we just want to give him his just due and say he did have some winning seasons when he was here. He did go to the playoffs. He did win a Super Bowl. So, I'm sure a lot more was expected of him. But he was not just
he won a Super Bowl
that everybody. No,
as a player.
I said we did. I said we did make the Super Bowl. And I said I know the expectations were for us to win the expectations were for us to win a Super Bowl. So, to that, yeah, he didn't live up to the expectations, but he wasn't this horrible coach. Now, with him coming to town, I want you guys to know, right? I said the Eagles coming to town, so I think we should be a little bit worried. Everybody thinks we playing the Eagles, the Giants, and they suck. So this is a game for us to, pick up our stuff and get on track. They thinking the same way. They watch the same film. So we got two teams coming here thinking that this is the game to where you get back on track because, based off what they see on film, it should be able to be done. So I would be just a little bit worried, especially with the fact that Jason Garrett probably has a little axe to grind. So it might not be as predictable as we think it is.
What axe does he have to grind?
Go ahead, Dim. Yeah,
I said he might.
He was there 10 years.
No, nobody likes getting fired, no matter how long you was there. I'm sure he didn't think that it was time for him to go. Nobody really leaves the building like, you know what, I deserve that. It doesn't happen. It doesn't matter if he has a true axe to grind. That's the way he feels. That's what he has a chip on his shoulder. It doesn't matter if it's valid or not. That's just the way he's going to get up for this game.
Okay, man. Okay.
Yeah. We hear you over there, Newy. We hear you yawning, man. But look, man, JG, you never hear me say nothing bad about JG, just simply because he gave me my start over there. Oh, here we go, man. Here we go. Anyways, anyways. But look, man, New York, this is a dumpster fire up there, man. Like if they don't come down here and we don't get on track against this team, there's definitely something that is unfixable. This team coming to town. Their offense is in shambles. There's no Saquon Barkley. Danny Dimes is a turnover walking to happen. Their offensive line is, I thought ours was in shambles. Theirs looks just as bad, if not worse. So this has got to be a team for us to take advantage of. I don't think, offensively we should have our way with this team. There should be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But defensively, this should be a team that we can take advantage of. They got their two best receivers, Golden Tate. You got Slayton out there. They're average receivers, but there's nothing that, spectacular that we shouldn't be able to cover. And I know we've had our struggles, man. I know. We can't stop the run. We can't do all that stuff. I know we've had these struggles, man. But look, if we can't get on track against this New York team, this 0-4 New York team, then hey, I'm done. I'm done on this podcast. I'm walking off. I'm taking off my Cowboys colors. It's a wrap, man. Because I'll start looking, like my boy Yuma said, man. He gonna start looking at at draft film, because if we can't get on track against Danny Dimes and this team, it's a wrap. Like I said, it's over. There's no coming back. There's no coming back.
The way you painted that with them having average receivers, below average, all this stuff. We just said that our secondary is below average, so that would put us at a loss, right? If they're average, we're below average, then that would put us losing to their secondary.
No way.
And as bad as their receivers, and as bad as Danny Dimes has played, we can't sit here and act like he hasn't had good games. Like he hadn't stunk up the joint his entire career, so he can pull out a good game, especially coming to town against us. So I think it's possible, and I'm not going with my emotions this time. Like I said, we should have beat the Browns because they're the Browns, but so I'm gonna just be fair to myself and say I'm a little worried.
Do you think we'll win this game?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because right now it's all rolling downhill. You got guys out there who look uninspired. So if we come out and play the same way that we played, against the Browns and previous teams this year, then I think we will have a serious issue. If we come out and we're all sprinting to the ball and eliminating those mistakes by hustle and effort, I think that we should come out and we should beat this team.
All right, so let me ask you this then. Do you think New York can outscore us on offense? Even though how bad our defense is, do you think they can outscore us?
I do not, but I think our coaching mistakes on special teams and us turning the ball over can keep them in the game.
Okay, and that's exactly what I was getting ready to say here. Is that the way the Cowboys are turning the football over, teams can be in games. You just look at one stat here, where they have in the first half they have been outscored 33-0 off turnovers this year. So if the Cowboys want to give the football away, you can get beat. And I do these pick-ems every week for the Dallas Morning News, and I believe the line was 4.5 for the Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys to win, but I picked the Giants to cover, because I have to be sold that they can actually go beat a team by whatever Vegas thinks they're going to do. And last year, this team went up to go face the New York Jets. I thought it was a W. Everybody said it was going to happen. I can't recall who the head coach was for the Cowboys who lost to Adam Gase, but that team lost. So I'm going to be on worried alert. And the reason I did end up picking the Cowboys to win this game is at home. This Giants team, in the last 3 seasons, they've had some serious issues, but winning on the road has definitely been tough for them. But I'm not going to pick the Cowboys to cover the spread right now. I've got to see this team get through a football game where they don't lose, where they don't go out here actively just give away points off turnovers. So there's still some more work to be done. But if you can just win by a point, then that's going a long, long way. It's just going a long, long way. This thing is not going to get fixed overnight.
If they can win if they can just get a win. I don't care how they get it. If they get it 6-3, if they get it 39-25, as long as they get a win, I'm good with it. But this has to be it, man. This is the most must-win game I think I've ever been a part. I've ever seen in my life. Both teams are they're 1-3 and 0-4 right now, but you just can't momentum-wise and just a shot to just confidence. You cannot lose this game if you're the Dallas Cowboys. Not only is it a division game, but if you lose against this squad, how do you have confidence going forward? It's just you can't. To me, you can't. You got to win this game.
There's one thing going in our favor, right? Saquon Barkley is not active. He's hurt for the year, so we do not have to see one of these top-notch running backs. With saying that, Church, like you said last week, we don't know who that guy was running up against us last week. And he went out there and put 100 yards up. So, that's not really saying much. If you really look at how we've been playing, it's nothing that you can say that'll be like, I think this is the week that our defense is going to come out and stop somebody. Like, I think the only thing that saves us is protecting the ball. And hopefully, the game plan, the way Kellen Moore calls the plays. But if we protect the ball and don't make any mistakes on special teams, just do what we're supposed to do while we're out there, I think we have a chance to win the game. But my thing is, we haven't done that the entire season. So I want to be fair to myself and say I'm going based off what I've seen for the first quarter of the season. So that's why I'm worried.
Okay. All right. We've got to take another break here, but I want to dive into a football team who could end up forfeiting a game. on Sunday.
Ooh.
We got to see exactly how this thing's starting to roll on with the NFL. But right now, they've done some things that put them in a bad situation. Let's dive into that next, right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Since 1865, Stetson hats are American-made with pride right here in Texas. And Stetson is proud to be on the field with America's team. Want to show your Texas and team pride too? You can. By purchasing your own Stetson, you can look just like how the flag guys do on field at every home game. Stetson hats, the official crown of all self-respecting Cowboys and your favorite football team.
Get yours today at shop.dallascowboys.com or at stetson.com.
Your new apartment's big. Such a great deal.
It's okay.
Just okay? What's not to...
It's right above the subway!
Well, I bet you don't even notice it after the...
That's my neighbor, Angus.
A deal that's just okay is not okay. Get a great deal with America's Best Network. Come into an AT&T store to find out how to get one of our popular smartphones for $0 down, based on GWS One score September 2019.
To Dallas's frontline responders, thank you. To show its gratitude, Tide is offering free laundry services in Dallas to the families of frontline responders. Simply bring your laundry and your identification to Tide Cleaners, and they will wash it within 2 days. One thing less for you to worry about. While you take care of us all, Tide will take care of the laundry for the families of frontline responders. To learn more and find a location near you, visit hope.tidecleaners.com.
Essilor is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, helping fans see more and do more with our best vision solutions. Our lens technologies reveal a world more beautiful than you can imagine. For a limited time, get the Essilor Next Gen offer. When you buy the latest generation of Transitions lenses with select Essilor lenses, you can choose a second pair of clear lenses for free with qualifying frame purchases. Restrictions apply. Find a participating eye care professional by visiting EssilorUSA.com. Essilor. See more, do more.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Coming to the Cowboys game this weekend, make sure you know before you go. Wear a mask, then keep distance, and be prepared for cashless transactions. Be aware of all safe stadium policies prior to arriving at AT&T Stadium. Visit DallasCowboys.com/safe stadium for details. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. We are in our SWBC Mortgage virtual home studios. I'm Newy Scruggs, longtime Cowboys reporter, joined by former Cowboys safeties Barry Church and Danny McCray. And D-Mac, you got some information here for Cowboy fans.
Yes, for all the fans, man. If you guys consider yourself to be a true Dallas Cowboys fan, the NFL has a contest going on for the Fan of the Year. Right, this thing closes on Monday, so this is the last week for you guys to get signed up. So go visit NFL.com/fan of the year to learn more and nominate yourself. You don't want to miss this, man. Go ahead, sign up if you really believe that you consider yourself as a true fan. Go nominate yourself.
You know, you win that Don Terry Poe lookalike contest, maybe. Just dress up like Big Poe.
I got locked off. Oh, Lord.
Hello?
All right. We don't know what's happening there.
What is going on?
Oh, boy. Is that you, McCray?
Uh-oh. I think that was McCray. What I think happened is... Yeah, I think McCray's Bluetooth caught him. He got him caught, man. Oh man, I hope he can join us back here. Cause I'm telling you, I gotta give him hell for that one. I mean, how does that even happen? We see the pants over there, man.
Hey, I'm over here. It got connected to the Bluetooth. I'm over here like, man, what happened to the...
I don't want to hear nothing. Hey, get off that phone, boy.
Hey, first of all, I honestly, I don't even know what y'all heard.
Hey, man, we heard enough, man. Hey,
Exactly.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what.
Enough, man.
The listeners, man, you never know what you're going to get on the Players Lounge, man. You never know what you're going to get.
This SWBC, man, got to shake it up in here, man. Goodness gracious. What was the topic again? Nah, I'm fucking
Oh, man.
I'm sitting here. I'm looking at my, it's not my, this isn't my phone.
I thought it was a commercial.
No, I knew it wasn't a commercial. I was like, did somebody intercept something here? What happened? And then I heard Danny's name. I was like, oh, it's okay. We know where it's coming from now.
Y'all gonna tell me my wife over here talking crazy? I'm about to get on her as soon as we get off the air.
No, man, it's okay. Tell her we appreciate the comic relief for the show, man. You know.
I tell you what, man.
Man, I worked out today, did this kettlebell class. My stomach was already hurt. Now it's even more tired. Ooh,
I'm trying to get your abs right.
Ooh, you know that phone call made my abs tighter. Wow. Okay.
Man. All right.
Let me drive the Players Lounge back here.
Get us right, Newy. Get us right.
The Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans out here all kinds of wrong. They've got 20 players and staff that have COVID right now. And now there are pictures of the Titans working out after the NFL shut down their facility and told them, do not go work out. So these guys decided they wanted to go work out together. There's pictures of it. It has been confirmed that they did it. Also, there are reports of a failed mask policy usage at their facility in Nashville and players not reporting symptoms of COVID properly. So they're scheduled to take on the Buffalo Bills, and there is talk about a possible forfeit that the Titans would have to give up to the Buffalo Bills because they've simply ignored the protocols from the National Football League. So I ask you this, gentlemen, would it be wise for the NFL to forfeit this football game to send a message to the rest of the clubs in the NFL that you better be adhering to these COVID-19 policies? Church?
I mean, look. I mean, this is crazy to me. I mean, what do you think they're doing over there? Like, what? To me, it's just mind-boggling. Like, we have these things set in order. We have these protocols set in order for us to continue having NFL, for us to continue having entertainment and watching this, and for these players to go out there and get paid and coaches to do the same. And you're sitting here you just throw the rule book out the side of your window? Like, you've already had multiple people test positive. The NFL said you cannot have any workouts. And what you think, you're going to go to a random high school and nobody's going to record you? Nobody's going to see big old Derrick Henry or Ryan Tannehill walking down to the high school field and they're not going to record that? It's just mind-boggling to me, and it's out of pocket. And the NFL has got to do something just to set the tone, just to let people know, like, look, this is not acceptable. I mean, we've seen the first couple of weeks, coaches were walking out there and coaching without masks on. They got fined a steep penalty for that. And now we see this happening. I mean, this is beyond me, and they got to do something to rectify this, because all it's going to do is have a slippery slope. We talked about it last week, I believe, when, it's not just affecting one club. One club like the Tennessee Titans might get it, and it affected the Pittsburgh game. And then now it's going to affect another game. So it has the ability to affect, 3 or 4 teams at once. So to me, the NFL has got to levy a steep fine or make them forfeit this game, something to set the tone, because, like I said, this is just unacceptable.
Yeah, I'm going for forfeit just because, they went light on Oakland, who had, I think it was Waller, had a charity event, and then all their players got caught there with no mask on, so they fined them a little bit. And then so this happens, right? So it's already going downhill. Then now you have all these teams with players who are actually getting COVID, and you have to assume that something's going on to where the protocols aren't being followed. And then Tennessee goes out and does this after they miss a game. It doesn't make sense. So you have to set an example now at the beginning of the season before this stuff gets out of hand, and you end up having to cancel the season or postpone so many games to where you're playing into February. And the Super Bowl's not until March. So get this thing under control. Set a stern example right now. And move forward.
The league already had to push back the Steelers-Titans game in Nashville last week. So that, they were, both teams were on a bye. And now you're getting to the point where this week there are teams that are on a bye. You're running out of room to try and reschedule anything. The Titans don't have another bye. So this, to me, makes the most sense. If the league truly wants to send a message, they just say to Tennessee, you know what? No, we're not going to allow you to go out here and play the Buffalo Bills and infect the Bills. You know what? You guys are going to just lose a game here. And then, to me, that point in time, that truly lets everybody else in the league know they're not playing. We better adhere to these rules because you do not want to forfeit a game. Because, you think about it now. As teams start running out of buys, what do you do if you have to try to reschedule games? You're really going to be at a point in time where you're going to see some forfeits. And if it's where it's self-inflicted because these guys don't want to follow the rules that you've set, the protocols, you tell them, hey, don't go work out, and they see these guys working out. Nah, man, I would have zero problem if Tennessee had to forfeit a game to the Buffalo Bills this weekend because guys don't want to listen. This is a national pandemic, man.
Yeah, zero problem at all. Like you said, this is all self-inflicted wounds. This is not like, they went out and they were doing their job. They were wearing masks and they weren't in the facility and, somehow just somebody caught it and it just spread fire like that. These guys are putting themselves in harm's way. Like the league literally sat there and told you, do not work out until we say it's okay. And it's just like, we don't care what the league says. We're just going to do our own thing. And for me, it's just mind boggling. That it's just like, you tell your son or something, or your kid, hey, don't go in the candy jar. I told you not to go in there. If you do that again, I'm whatever. And he just goes and does it anyways just to spite you. It's ridiculous. And like I said, the NFL has got to levy something steep for these boys.
I got to take it here. I got to take it here outside of football. One, are they hanging out with Kirk Cousins because he obviously doesn't give a darn about COVID? Or are they watching CNN, watching the same stuff that we're watching every day on the news, where you got people on here who act like it's not a big deal? Because I really can't understand how you couldn't just take a few days off and let this thing settle down so you can save the rest of your season, not just for you but for the rest of the league. I think it's one of the most selfish things that I've seen in my entire lifetime, for you to risk everything for everyone just so you can go out there and run a few extra plays. Doesn't make any sense.
Let me ask you guys both a question here. Do you think this is the Tennessee upper management doing, or do you think this is the players doing this all on their own, saying no, we can get a side workout in, or do you think the upper management knew about this and was just okay with it?
Well, the report I read, that Vrabel told them to adhere to the rules, and that this is what the players wanted to do on their own, and felt that, hey, look, you can't just shut down the facility and think we're just supposed to show up on Sunday and take on the Steelers. So this is something that they wanted, according to what I've read. But still, you had an issue of not wearing the mask properly at the facility, and then you got your own players not reporting symptoms. So, I like to say when Roger Goodell came out against Sean Payton in the Bounty Gate, he says ignorance is not a defense. Ignorance cannot be a defense for the Titans management here. If you're running the organization, you got to run the organization. And apparently, whatever you told them, they decided they were going to do what they wanted to do. And you guys play college football. How many times did coaches tell you, hey, classroom's number one? Everybody better be at practice. Everybody get your degree. Better not miss these off-season workouts. So,
I'm going here with it. I think that somebody knew something, because I'm sitting here and I'm like, if you worried about like game plan and all that stuff, what are you practicing? Right? You had to have some type of game plan. Somebody had to give you something to go out there and work on. Or you just wanted to go out there and work on some stuff that you was running the week before, or that's supposed to be in OTAs. Somebody knew something. I'm just not letting that go past management or the coaches. Somebody knew that those guys were going out there, and they gave them a script to go out there, because it's hard for players to just organize this type of stuff on their own without scripts. Because even during the lockout, we had some stuff set up to where we knew what we were working on.
Well, this is something to look out for this week. And in your fantasy lineups, if you have any Bills and Titans, you may need to be aware, because you may not have those guys. And the New England Patriots are really in a pickle because not only did Cam Newton miss a game last week because of COVID-19, Stephon Gilmore now has COVID-19. He's not going to play this week. And then there's video of him hugging Patrick Mahomes after the game on Monday night. So who knows what people are worried about Patrick Mahomes, but I haven't heard anything about him having COVID. So the Patriots, your best offensive and defensive player not going to be with the team right now because of COVID-19. So beware, you're playing that fantasy football. So it's that time of the year, man, where people, cold and flu season is coming. So I just think that you got to be more diligent, and the best way for the league to send a message to everybody is to say, guess what? Tennessee just took an L, and where it affects them in the playoff race, it's going to hurt you. You're giving away a free game, and you're the Buffalo Bills. You're now 5-0 and didn't have to step on the field. So good for you.
Oh, wait a second. Wait, Tennessee plays Buffalo?
Yeah.
This week,
yeah. Oh, man.
Look at him, my fantasy team.
That, man. Hey, they better not postpone that, man. I need Jay Allen, man. I tell you, hey, this is crazy, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. Affecting more than just your team. Now you're affecting my fantasy stats, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. I'm going to have to go down to Tennessee myself, man.
Tennessee got me last week, man. I didn't have James Conner, so Tennessee got me last week, but I'm giving you enough time now. Better go find somebody to plug in, okay? I'm giving you the heads up. Find somebody to plug in. Because it's that kind of thing. All right. It is
everybody about to catch the Stone Cold Stunner here in a second. Yeah.
It's 15 after the hour. We got to shut this show down. Barry Church, Danny McCray, good stuff as always. We'll be back tomorrow at 2:30 Central Time right here for another edition of the Players Lounge. And hopefully our man McCray will get that Bluetooth all worked out. And we won't have any interruptions during the show. So there we go.
Listen, I think only y'all heard that, man. We talked through Live View.
Yeah. Okay. The lies we tell ourselves. Chris Beam, our producer's got to go. He's got a solid day. So that's the Players Lounge. Thanks for everybody for watching. Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!